To the east, over the warm Atlantic, a higher pressure ridge waits patiently. Over the southeast U.S., particularly Georgia, a subtropical ridge builds offshore, ushering in tropical moisture that streams inland like a warm, humid blanket. The Gulf Low and Atlantic Ridge are the principal players steering today's weather. Their tug of war not only shapes moisture flow, but also directs where the skies will open up with rain and storms. Southeast Florida. The area is engulfed in abundant, deep tropical moisture, with precipitable water, p-watt values, soaring between 2.3 to 2.5 inches, a subtle hint that the atmosphere is primed to unleash high rain rates. As daytime heating kicks in, showers and thunderstorms awaken along the Gulf Coast. They glide eastward, wrapping around Miami, Broward, and Palm Beach counties, fed by south-southwest low-level convergence. Think of it as a gentle atmospheric handshake that squeezes moisture upward. In the mornings, the southwest Florida barrier islands, particularly in Collier County, flirt with localized 3 to 4 inch rainfall rates, a recipe for flooding more than a scenic shower. As the sun sinks, a wisp of drier air filters in, promising a more tranquil night. Still, pilots should note that inland sea breeze storms might trespass into the eastern metro later in the day, depending on how snugly the Atlantic Ridge settles in. Georgia. Tropical moisture meets weak lifting. Transitioning northwest to Georgia, the atmosphere is similarly soaked with tropical moisture, p-watt values nudging 2 to 2.5 inches. This humidity, paired with a lingering easterly wedge-like flow off the Atlantic, blankets the region in low clouds and drizzle this morning, a soft, gray murmur across the sky. Today marks the end of that wedge. As the high shifts off the coast, flow veers southeast, and an inverted trough drifts in from the northeast Gulf toward northern Georgia. That trough acts like a subtle lift, coaxing scattered to numerous showers and a few thunderstorm cells by afternoon into evening. Although cloud cover stifles temperature buildup, instability still creeps into the afternoon. Muuk Ape reaches 1,000 to 1,500 joules per kilogram, sufficient for a few non-severe storms, possibly producing locally heavy rainfall in training bands. Clouds and rain should ease overnight, but more showery activity returns Tuesday, thanks to a shortwave rotating around the building Atlantic Ridge, again tapping into the humid tropical air mass. Macro-scale synthesis. The Gulf surface low nudges moisture inland over Florida, sparking convective activity, especially along the west coast barrier islands and inland edges. The Atlantic Ridge building offshore shapes the easterly to southeasterly flow, aiding moisture advection into Florida and Georgia. Florida's peninsula, with its dual coastlines, creates sea breeze corridors. Morning convection often sparks over the Gulf side and migrates east with the sun. In Georgia's case, terrain is less directly invoked today, but the gradual breakdown of the easterly wedge evolution and the arrival of the inverted trough present the needed lift to trigger precipitation in an otherwise moist and capped atmosphere. Aviation outlook southeast Florida. Expect scattered storms wrapping around metro areas this afternoon. Heavy downpours possible with improved, drier conditions developing after sunset. VFR/IFR aviation in Atlanta area. Morning fog, low ceilings. MVFR moving into IFR around 07 to 08 Z, with drizzle likely. Ceilings improve midday, but SHRA TSRA likely returned late afternoon through evening, with en route moisture under the shortwave influence. In summary, in Florida, deep tropical moisture and Gulf flow circulation interplay with diurnal heating to fuel showers and storms. Geography and sea breezes amplify the effect. In Georgia, a moist capped air mass integrates with weakening wedge flow and an approaching trough, spawning moderate showery activity that's ephemeral but persistent. This chapter of weather beautifully illustrates how large-scale pressure patterns, tropical moisture, low-level flow patterns, and land-sea contrast marry to animate our skies. Weigh the evolving rain rates and IFR ceilings in your planning. As students, savor the mechanics, from PWAT to wedge to trough, knowing each plays its part in the atmosphere's symphony.